my classmates first chose me to be their leader, I thought that that was kind of an odd decision. I always felt a little slightly underqualified, and today I realize why they did it. I was the only one gullible enough to believe that I could hold myself together during this speech. As I look out amongst our graduates, I think that 3 years ago we probably could have hardly recognized ourselves. The Erica and Sarah, Scott and Eric, TJ and JJ, Kate and Izzy, Whitney and Hannah, and Nicole and Hillary, Andrew and Liz and Rachel 3 years ago would have no idea who we are today. It's been an incredible journey. A journey where we first appreciated the sublime beauty of a pristinely organized pharmacology chart. A journey where we appreciated the elegance of a concept simplified through a well-drawn whiteboard. And I believe some of us are still in search of that magical acronym that will help us remember it all. There were babies that were born, there were loved ones that passed on. Some of our friends left to pursue other adventures. Some of our mentors left for more celestial and positively elegant tasks. I still remember some of those first assignments when we looked at each other in exasperation and wondered how in the world are we ever going to write this cost-effective analysis on paper? Or figure out where the spinothalamic tract crosses? Or who Henderson and Hasselbalch are? And what is their equation? But the craziest and most unexpected thing happened is we did it. We eventually figured it out and we actually got pretty good at it. And as our confidence grew, we thought, well, we just might be able to do this. Then, with a deft and sleight of hand, Dr. Walker took it up a notch. The tasks which were beginning to feel manageable were replaced with mountains that, again, felt too difficult to climb. But we put one foot in front of the other and found ourselves at the top of the next peak. This became our cycle, our pattern, our life. Each challenge, while at first daunting, through blood, sweat, and tears, became possible. But that's not quite true. There was a lot of, not as much blood, there was a lot of tears, and there was a lot of sweat. But that's not how we became who we are today. Every time we wanted to throw in the towel or ring the bell, it was a classmate that encouraged us to go on. Every time we didn't understand a concept or couldn't memorize a formula, it was a friend that patiently explained. Every day that we thought we couldn't make it through another clinical day, it was one of you that patiently lied to each other and told us that it would get better. It was each other. That is how we made this journey. It's how we made this transformation. It's because we had each other. Early on, individually and collectively, we set aside a spirit of competition and instead took up a spirit of collaboration. We chose to focus on the things that we uniquely contributed rather than on our unique irritations. It was each other, our classmates, friends, and especially our loved ones, that gave us the courage to stand up when we fell down and the optimism to put ourselves back together when we fell apart. I'm grateful for, at this time in my life, this season of my life, I was surrounded by each and every one of you, and for all that you have taught me. Throughout this process, we have learned some amazing things. The ability of fentanyl to take away surgical pain, the skill of a well-placed epidural to relieve the travails of labor, and the capacity of midazolam to calm the anxious mind. But this process did something more. As we came together, we appreciated the ability of a kind word to take away the pain of bitterness, the helping hand to relieve the sorrow of loneliness, and the forgiving heart to calm the anxious soul. While I will always appreciate the skills that were taught and the information that I learned, and hopefully they will be help me provide for my family for many years to come, it is this faith, hope, and charity that we have ingrained in our hearts that will give us the happiness for the rest of our life.